Hey guys, Geeking to everyone. On this video, I'm gonna tell you about Git. So, if you are learning developing or DevOps, or you're just interested in something new and you want to learn some basic aspects about Git, you can find all this information in this video. So, I wanna show you how you can install Git, how you can use it, what are the basic commands of Git you can use, how you can use local and remote repository. After this video, you 100% know the basic things about Git. So enjoy it and let's start. So what is the Git? Git is a version control system for tracking changes in computer files and coordinating work on those files among multiple people. Primarily, Git is used for source code management in software development, but it can be used just to keep tracks of changes in any sets of files. So, first of all, I want to show you how to check is Git available on your Linux operational system, and if it's not, how you can install it. Okay, my Linux operational system is Ubuntu and I highlight the version. You can check this information running this command, you name -a. So let's check is Git available on your Linux operational system. You have to type git ---- version. You see on the output there is a version of Git. That means the Git is installed on my Linux operational system, and by this command you can check is Git available on your Linux operational system. If it's not and you have a Ubuntu Linux or Debian Linux, you can install Git by following command sudo apt-get update. By this command you can update packages on your operational system, and then you have to run this command sudo apt-get install git. By this command you can install Git on your Linux operational system. Okay, let's clear the terminal. So first, what you have to do after installation, I hope you did it successfully, to configure a username and email for the Git. You have to type git config ---- global username Okay, I highlight the text. You have to replace this text by your own name. Okay, press enter, and then I specify an email, user email. Okay, let's press enter. This information, I mean user email and user name, is going to be associated with every commit you're going to create. I'm going to show you further in the video where you can find this information in commit. So we finish it and let's clear the terminal. So next step, you have to initialize local Git repository. How you can do that? So first of all, we need to find a directory when we want to initialize repository. Okay, on my current working directory, I'm going to create a directory and call it git repo. Okay. This directory is empty, as you see. If you want to initialize this directory as git local repository, you have to move in this directory firstly, and then run this command, git init. Okay, you see initialized empty git repository in home acronym ut git repo. So now inside git repo directory is a git local repository. So that's cool. But what is the repository? Repository is the place where you store your code, and Git is gonna track all this code. Okay, let's clear the terminal. Our first command I want to show you is one of the most used command. It's a git status. By this command you can check what's going on your repository. Okay, on output you see about current active branch. It's we are on branch master. Okay, there is no commits yet, and there is some information what command we can use to use a Git. Okay, let's create a file. I name it file1.txt. let's run git status. You see this file1.txt is untracked files. So now this file is untracked. That means this file is not staged. What does mean this file is not staged? That means file is not on the staging area. What is the staging area? Staging area is the way how Git knows what is the differences between current commit and future commit. So if you want to stage and track this file, you have to type git add and then the name of file you want to track. One more time, git status. You see red color turns into green color, and there is information that changes to be committed. So that means this file is on the staging area now. What we need is to save this file into Git file system. Let's clear the terminal. Saving files into Git file system, we can do that using command git commit -m. -m option means message. So we have to specify a message which is gonna be attached to commit we're gonna create. Okay, I'm gonna type my first commit, press enter. You see there is some information about commit, and if you type git status, you see nothing to commit. So there is a file1.txt on directory git rep. So there is another popular command, git log. By this command, you can see a logs of commits you created. There is a commit ID, and you see here there is a author, and remember we configure username and user email. So here we are. This information is associated with commit we created. So then it's a date when this commit created, and there is information when we specify -m and then we type a message, and this message is attached to the commit. Okay, here we go. Let's clear the terminal. Let's create another files, file2.txt and file3.txt. Press enter. Then git status. Okay, it's untracked now. To track this file, we have to type git add. Then we can specify all files like that, file2 and file3. Or we can just type dot. Dot means current directory, and it is include all unstaged file. So let's press enter. And if you type git status, both these files are staged now. If you type git commit -m, second commit, and press enter, here we go. There is information that, you know, two files, file2, file3, were saved into a Git file system. If you check git status, there is nothing to commit. Let's clear the terminal. Let's change a content inside file1.txt using nano editor. Okay, I type hello geeks. Control O to save these changes, Control X to exit from this editor. Okay, here we go to check the content. There is a text hello geeks inside the file1.txt. If you type git status, you can see that this file1.txt is modified. So same procedure. Firstly, you have to type git add and specify a file where we changed the content, file1. Okay, and then create a commit, -m, third commit. Okay, press enter. Here we go. Git status, nothing to commit. Git log. Okay, there is a third commit, second commit, first commit. Okay, let's clear the terminal. So now we know how to save all our code in local repository, but if you want to save all your code into remote repository, how you can do that? As you know, there is a GitHub, most popular repository. For sure you heard about that. Let's open a browser. I use Google Chrome, and it's already open github.com. Please open github.com. And if you don't have account, please do registration. It's not difficult. And then you have to sign in into your account. So on the default page, on the left, you can see create repository button. And you have to type on this button. Here we go. On repository name, type test repo. You can type any name what you want, if it's available, you can type it. Yeah. So then it's a possibility to configure some options, public and private, but I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just create repository. Okay, and there is a HTTPS link for our repository. I copy that and I paste this link into text editor. Here we go. Okay, then you have to go to settings, developer settings, personal access token classic. Okay, there is already token, my token, test token, I generated, but you have to generate new token by yourself. Click here, generate new token, and then generate new token button here. Okay, but I open my token. Okay, I'm gonna regenerate it. Okay, here. Okay, I selected all scopes here. So, and I copied this token. Then I open editor, and after double slash here, after that, I passed this token, and then in the end of the token, I type this sign at. So here we go. Now it's a combination of a link for my repository and token. Let's copy all this link and open the terminal. So firstly, you have to add a remote path for your repository in GitHub. You have to type git remote add origin. Okay, then inside the quotes, okay, you paste the link with the token, of course, and let's press enter. Here we go. If you check git remote, there is the path origin. Okay, if you want to push all your code inside the remote repository, this repository origin or this link, you have to type git push origin, and then you have to specify the branch of your repository. We use a master branch and we haven't created another branch. So I specify master and press enter. Here we go. Okay, let's check our repository on the GitHub. There is a test repo. So here we go. As you can see, there is a file 1, file 2, file 3. And here there is 3 files as well. One more time, on the first file, file 1 txt, there is a hello geeks. And if you see on the GitHub, there is a hello geeks as well. So here we go. Let's check how it works, in details. Let's create a file 4 txt, for example, git status. We have to add and commit. Git add file 4 and git commit -m for fourth commit. Here we go. Git status. Okay, there is nothing to commit. That means on our git local repository, there is nothing to commit. We created one more file 4 txt. But if you go to the GitHub and check it out, there is only 3 files. But why? We already created a file 4. You have to push this update to GitHub. by git push origin master. So if you change something on your local repository, you have to synchronize all these changes with the remote repository by this command, for example, git push origin master. Let's do that. Okay. And if you refresh this page, you see there is a file for txt. Okay, let's clear the terminal. If you want to make changes to your code isolately, how you can do that? You can create another branch. To create another branch, you have to type git branch and then specify name of branch you want to create. Branch 1, for example. Okay, if you type git branch, you can see all branches you have. So there is a master, you can see there is a green color, this asterisk, that means that master is a current active branch, and there is another branch we created, branch 1. So if you want to switch from one branch to another, you have to type git check out and then specify the branch you want to switch to. It's gonna be branch 1, so press enter. On the output you can see switched to branch 1. Okay, here we go. You see there is 4 files, file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. But why? The default basic commit of branch we created is the current commit of master branch. So the current commit of master branch was like that, you know, when we creating branch 1. So now the basic commit, it's at the start, there is a current commit. Okay, let's clear the terminal. Let's create a file 5.txt. Okay. If you type git status, you can see what's going on, and there is a file txt. We have to stage it. So it's a procedure, you know, git add file 5, then git commit -m option, commit branch 1. Okay, here we go. If you see git log, you see there is a commit for the branch 1. So this commit we created now. Okay, let's clear the terminal. There is a file 5 we created, you know, and let's switch to another, our master branch, git checkout master. Okay, we switch it, and if you check, there is no file 5. That means these branches are isolated between each other. So now our active branch is master. If I want to merge branch 1 onto master branch, firstly, my master branch is going to be active branch, and I have to type git merge. And then I have to specify branch 1. I want to merge branch 1 onto master branch, and press enter. Here we go. Now file 5 here, and if you type git log, where you can see commits, and let's clear the terminal. So thanks guys for watching this video. It was a basic commands and basic information about Git. I hope you like it. So if you want that I record another video about Git, please let me know in the comments. Bye bye.